Welcome to Chosen One and his girls. Guys, this is a list of Pokemon. Um, they've lost their vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. Can you figure out the missing vowels for each Pokemon in the list below? And these are the lists. And I'll kind of leave this sitting here while I talk to you guys. Guys, an addict can be one of the most dangerous human beings on the face of this earth. Just look at your local news, your world news. The little boy Quentin, who just went missing, was found dead in a landfill, was thrown away like a piece of trash. And allegedly, the mom is being looked at as the perpetrator. She was on drugs. Look at the lady, Debbie Collier, that disappeared. Found burnt on her abdomen, clinging to a tree, right off the side of the road, down the edge of the woods. Her daughter owed a D-boy, so she could have something to do with her mother's death, allegedly. People who use can turn violent very easily when they become sick from not having their fix or don't have the money to go get it. I personally know a person who was murdered by her son. I worked with her. He was very close to his family, but he ended up taking every person except his brother and his child out while he was on a drug spree. He first killed his baby mama and buried her on his parents' property. Then about 2 months later, I think that he either suspected that his parents knew or he got paranoid and thought they knew. So the morning that my ex-boss lady was en route back to work, she never shows up. She'd been on vacation. She just completed her dream home, which was a beautiful log cabin that she had taken off work just to fix up. She had managed this restaurant for over 20 years, and she was never late. But she was ecstatic over this house, and she spent her vacation decorating it and moving in. Her son that morning went to this home and put 17 bullets in his stepdad, who he worked for, as he showered. Then chased his mother down and shot her in the driveway of their home. She was found fully clothed in her work uniform, laying beside her car. It was apparent that she tried to get away. Her youngest son is who came home from his girlfriends and found her, and found them. This horrible scene is what he walked up on. For some reason, this was the first night that he had stayed with his girlfriend, and had he not stayed with her, he probably wouldn't be alive today. Well, they found the son at a local motel. He had stolen his stepdad's truck. They arrested him for the murders. And guys, before he could be tried of all these charges, all these drugs that came out of his system, and he had realized exactly what he had done to his family. And they found him hanging in his cell. Rest in peace, Joy. This was a beautiful, beautiful soul that was taken, guys. All because of an addict. These drugs took 4 lives. Basically, a whole family is gone. So anytime you're dealing with an addict, you have to protect yourself. They will use anything they can to get that fix. This boy I knew personally. I worked for his mother for 3 years. He went from a loving son who wouldn't even let his mama unload a weekly truck that came in. He would come and do it for her. He absolutely adored his mother. To somebody possessed that nobody knew, a murderer. That's how serious a habit can be, guys. There's no end to the lengths these people will go to make sure they get their D. Stop giving to these addicts, because what happens when they don't get enough? They could become just like he did, unrecognizable. Somebody that will do anything to get that D. Y'all like, share, and subscribe this story. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry. It upsets me every time I think about this. This woman was a beautiful lady. Beautiful. And they literally had to call in a skeleton crew to come in and work the day she was murdered. That's how much she was loved by her employees. You couldn't ask for a better boss. Guys, I'll be back later with some more of our Halloween story. And I'm going to put off until tomorrow doing the jewelry. So make sure you check back in the morning for that. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.